visions from a dying brain. I hope you don't understand.
Anathema is one of the founding groups of the doom gothic metal in the early 90s. The band was founded as Pagan Angel in 1990 by the three Kavanagh brothers, John, and singer Darren White, who was the only singer of the band. In the same year the band recorded their first EP, titled An Iliad of Woes, that got the band attention from record companies and led to them signing a record deal with Peaceful Records in 1991. The following year, Jamie left and was replaced by Duncan Patterson. Under this lineup, Anathema released their first EP, The Crestfallen. This album was followed up by the band's first tour with Cannibal Corpse. In 1993 the band released their first album, Serenades. In 1994 the band recorded the EP Pentecost III, but, due to a merging between labels Peaceful Records and Music for Nations, was not released until 1995. By this time, Darren White had been ousted from the band, whose remaining members were already working on their next album. Pentecost III was reissued as on one CD with The Crestfallen in 2001. After White left in 1995, Vincent decided to act as Anathema's vocalist in addition to his guitarist function. The Silent Enigma was released on October 1995. The Silent Enigma represents a turning point in Anathema's career. It is the first album to feature guitarist Vincent Kavanagh singing lead vocals, replacing Darren White, and sees the start of the band's gradual progression from doom metal to a softer style of rock. The album was originally titled Rise Pantheon Dreams, a title later used by White for his post-Anathema project The Blood Divine, where Darren's vocals were more guttural. Vincent's newer style pushed the possibilities for Anathema onwards and upwards, with the scope and breadth beyond his years. Lauded by the metal press, this is the best album of Anathema. 1996 saw a shift in Anathema's musical style. The release of their third album, Eternity, featured not only new vocals by Vincent Kavanagh, but also a new sound. Although the musical style of the album shifted from doom rock to alternative rock, there was still a gothic influence to the music. In 1997, John left the band, and was replaced by Sean Steels for the album Alternative 4. Alternative 4 is the fourth album and was released on June 22, 1998 through Peaceful Records. Like Eternity, Alternative 4 is sung with clean vocals. Various reviews categorize this album as experimental, depressing and atmospheric. The title of the album is derived from Leslie Watkins' book entitled Alternative 3. Duncan Patterson had read it a few years before they wrote the album. The book is about conspiracy theories, and most songs on Alternative 4 are about trust. Patterson is now playing in a band with same title, and the songs are based on similar themes. It is the last album with Patterson, and also the only album released without John Douglas. During 1998 the band underwent many lineup changes. Bassist, songwriter Duncan Patterson quit due to musical differences and was replaced by Dave Pibus of Dream Breed, a band which Duncan had played bass for during a short period, and not long after this, Martin Powell, who had played keyboards and violin for My Dying Bride previously, joined the band for live performances. Finally, founding drummer John Douglas returned to the drums in place of Steels. Both Patterson and Steels left the same year, replaced by Dave Pibus and a returning John Douglas, while former My Dying Bride keyboardist and violinist Martin Powell also joined the band. Daniel Kavanagh was also acting as the band's only keyboardist. The only album released with this lineup was Judgment in 1999. The same year Powell switched positions with Cradle of Filth's keyboardist Leigh Smith, who joined Anathema, and Lee Douglas, John's sister, was added to the lineup as a backing and occasional lead vocalist. Anathema's fourth album Judgment saw yet another shift, with the album being even more alternative in style and also showing elements of progressive blues and a 70s style. After this release the band's sound became slower and more experimental in the vein of bands such as Radiohead.
I could never turn to you.
That's all, Metal Brothers. If you like this video, please subscribe to Metal All, and remember, support the underground metal.
Fragments of connection die. Some things just won't